Guys, hey, it's late, man. Guys, namaste. Namaste, God bless. How are all of you? It's Wednesday, man. I gotta get my pen. And it's very, very late. Thank you, Valentine's Day coming up. You make my life longer. My days much longer. I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Sad news to report from the penthouse here is the piggy land has lost. We lost a little piggy today. Well, he wasn't little. This was his real name was Melon, but I called him Butterball. That poor little guy. He was a hairless pig. I forgot the exact name for it, but yeah, he was a cutie, and he went quick today. Tori rushed him over to the vet, and Tori found out that these type of animals or breeds. I mean, the longer the care, it's going to get a lot more expensive. And Tori realized today that sadly he was basically already gone, but then she received the bill. She learned real quick about handling something like that. But Piggy, great memories, man. You're awesome. Hopefully you cross that rainbow bridge, hopping across like you always did here. But Wednesday here's some Wednesday wisdom for you guys, and I'm going to get right to it here. National Latte Day is a national day of. Enjoy your lattes. I'm a black coffee and sugar kind of guy. National Peppermint Patty Day. Yay. Big friggin' deal. Actually, I loved those things back then. And this is something that a lot of us fail to realize, is that we are all inventors. We are a science project, per se. So it's in honor of that, it's National Inventors Day. And here's a quote from Edison. I like Edison. I like his history, but I'm also a Nikola Tesla bigger fan because he was his assistant. And I bet you a lot of his work came from him. But Edison said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Close quote. When you realize we're not cut from the same cloth, a lot of us are trying to transform in traditional ways that everybody's showing us, all these influencers and myself included. No, you pick whatever suits you, whatever fits, whatever floats your boat. We're all different. We're all unique, and we all react differently. That's the beauty about life, is the fact that we are unique. We're not a franchise, man. We're not like a burger joint, and we have this option to follow that and get inspired by that, because I failed 10,000 times or more trying to transform and doing what I have to do. It didn't deter me because I knew I was unique. We are a unique breed, just like little Piggy was, man. He had no hair except for a little patch on his nose, man. I called him Butterball because I gave him a unique name. He looked like a turkey. We all have that same ability to change, but you have to realize this is why they told us, do not conform to the world. Indeed, because we are unique. We are different. And Kevin Trudeau gave a great reel on that, because a lot of you guys out there, and I was a victim of it. I say that respectfully, because when the law of attraction came out, 20 some odd years ago now, wow, God bless her, Rhonda Byrne really opened the door for a lot of people, including myself, because I had to figure out, this is great. This is great knowledge. All right, fine. But it wasn't working. It wasn't working at all. Whatever she was showing in The Secret and what I was trying to do, and a lot of you can attest to that, it just doesn't working. It wasn't working in my life. So what I did was I kept listening. I kept revamping, kept redoing. And sooner or later, I figured out, indeed, the law of attraction is great, but it's also governed. It's run by the law of vibration. When you realize everything about us is a feeling in our emotional state of mind every single day, it's paramount to whatever law is out there. So the law of attraction is a nice crumb. And this is what I give you guys. It's little crumbs of uniqueness so you can find your uniqueness. And Kevin had a great way. He had a great way in a reel for you to test yourself. If you're actually, you have these big dreams and desires, like we all do. We all have big dreams and desires. But if something is not working, that means you're blocking it. Emotionally, mentally, or spiritually blocking what you're trying to have be or do. And yes, it's so easy. Oh, live in the state of mind. No, meatball, because there's a lot of garbage back there in the 95% of your subconscious mind, most likely that is blocking it. This is what I love bringing up with America's Mentor. It's the fact of the matter is, it's you finding out your uniqueness and fixing it. Because whatever you went through is unique. Whatever you're going through is unique, so you have to define it. This is why awareness and inner perspective of yourself and understanding who you are is so imperative. And out of the quote box tonight, knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom, from Lao Tzu. Indeed, he was absolutely right. The minute you know yourself, you define yourself, you become yourself. A lot of us fail to realize that. A lot of us think that, well, because John, here's a perfect example. You got two people that go to the same seminar, get the same information. One becomes amazingly successful, while the other one goes home and goes to bed. Man, it's all about, we're all taught the same thing, but how we react to it is so vitally important. So find out your sweet spot. Find out what tickles your fancy, what gets you up and gets you going, whether it's the law of attraction, law of vibration, whatever it might be, journaling, scripting, meditating, whatever it might be, to get you in that state of mind, in that permanent state of mind. I'm going to be on tomorrow night with Kurt as well, talking about another important facet of it. So join me tomorrow, 8 o'clock. But Kevin said this: most try to manifest by working harder. That's exactly why it doesn't work. And indeed, I said many times here, America's Mentor, the transmission isn't about belief, visualization, or positive thinking. It's a state of mind people never learn to access. Indeed, because never learn to access because we're stuck in this mode that it has to be visualized and it has to be transmitted a certain way, or a positive thinking. No, it's about your unique way of doing things. Remember that. So don't get discouraged if what you're trying to attain keeps hitting speed bumps. That's you inventing self. You're going to fail. You're going to fail a million times. And believe me, I mean, failing at so many things. I never failed. I learned more. When you start becoming aware, you'll learn more about what's going on. And I had mentioned the seminar with the two people there. I mean, think about it. They're getting the people are getting the exact same information from the exact same person, but yet one takes it and maximizes it, and one takes it and sabotages it. This is how unique we are. This is how the mind works. Until you find what tickles you, what wakes you up, and what gets you going, you're going to keep going through those kind of speed bumps in your life. So do not ever give up. Remember, you're unique. We're all unique. We're all different. We're all this simple soul trying to create a better life for ourselves. He says, what makes the law of attraction not work? The feeling of not having that something, the lack. And he goes into this simple test. And I spent years doing this, and I was guilty of it because I let my current surroundings dictate my situation. Therefore, I was visualizing, I wanted this, and I wanted that, and I wanted all these different things. But listen to my verbiage: want, want, want. That means I kept telling the universe I didn't have it. These are the little secrets that you guys got to realize. These are the things that are imperative. So you keep going on this journey of transformation, because indeed it is a journey. And the test he was talking about, and listen to this: if you think that once you get what you desire, you will feel different than the way you feel right now, you're broadcasting lack. Think about what he said. You got this vivid desire. I mean, literally, we all have them. We've got this vivid desire out there, and it feels far away, and it says, God, when I get that, this is friggin' awesome. But then you get back to reality, and your present reality, that's why I say always in the present moment, your present reality is nothing. Shit. That's what you're living in. That's your predominant thoughts. This is what he's getting at. That's why the metaphysical way of living, this quantum living, is so amazing, because you have the ability to change your mindset in an instant. The problem is life has told you that you can't do that. It's not real. It's fake. It's phony. It's pseudoscience. I can tell you right now, it saved my friggin' life. It changed everything about me. I understood what he was saying. Wait, I had these great desires, but I'm like, yeah, when I get that, it's going to be friggin' awesome. Indeed. But at the same time, you come back to the so-called present reality that you're living in, your dominant state. That's why I say live in the present. This is why we keep saying it. Live in the present moment, because that present moment is going to create the next one. But you have these vivid desires. No, but you're still living in the present moment. This is what he's getting at. This is that missing breadcrumb that you guys are going at. Because we all want the love of our life, and we've visualized all these intimate moments and places and things that we're doing. But then when we come out of that stupor, per se, we're back to reality of emptiness. And this is what I mean. You have to keep practicing that. Indeed, the more you live in that, the dream reality, the more you're going to create that reality. So you have a dimension of reality. There's infinite amount of realities that you can live in, intimate dimensions of reality. This is the beauty of it. We're not cut like anybody else. We can create anything in our minds and live by that every day, no matter our surroundings. That's the key. The mastery is whatever you're surrounded with. You're not becoming it. You allow your mind to go where it wants to go, to think how it wants to think in the broadest way. Think bigger, go home, that kind of mentality. And you start anchoring that. That's the beauty about the mind. It adheres to it. The neural pathways kick in. You start thinking all these thoughts every day. To me, this was a beautiful process that evolved over a long time that I didn't even realize that I was doing. Indeed, yes, I was surrounded with lack, and I've told you guys over a thousand shows here with America's Mentor, that 12 by 12 cement block. But indeed, while I was there, I tried inadvertently to put myself in a different place because I knew the mind had a lot to do with transformation. It wasn't the physicality, because the mind creates the physicality. It creates the circumstances. It creates the events in our life. You can grasp the power, the amazing power that we have. Life gets a lot more fun because now you have complete control. Your mind doesn't control you. It takes commands from you. You command it to act in accordance to a certain way constantly. It's going to get anchored into that way. The whole point is learning a new trick, man. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Bullshit. It's you that are making the conscious choice not to change. Remember that. You're responsible for your own happiness. So let me get back to what Kevin was saying here. And then the person on the reel asked Kevin a question. He goes, so how does one reprogram their mind to that frequency? Hence, how does one reprogram themselves? This is the beauty of it. To thine own self be true. And Shakespeare said it best, to know thyself. When you know yourself, really, without the fluff. I mean, you get down deep. You go into the dark space and you know your limitations, per se, that you've created for yourself. That is to know thyself. Is understanding that, yes, I have to get past this. I have to get past that in life. To thine own self be true. From Hamlet, encourages security, personal integrity, and authenticity. You know yourself, you become yourself. You're not being something else out there in life. And the secret of all this is understanding that, yes, indeed, we all have these so-called flaws, per se, but those are anchored flaws. How do you get past an anchor? You lift it and you go to a new port, and you keep practicing that every single day. So if you're really into transforming into actually feeling better, make the choice. Make the choice to feel better. Make the choice to be this amazing science project and keep moving on with your life. You're allowing your circumstances to control your frequency. And that's the last thing that he said, because I was kind of commenting in between all that. You are allowing, and that's vital in here, you're allowing your circumstances to control your frequency. This is, like I said, the part of true mastery that a lot of people don't reach. And I try every day, believe me, and I love that I reach it, and some days I fall back. But reaching that control of the inner state of mind is paramount to whatever you're trying to create in your life, because you've mastered what? Yourself. The whole thing about transformation is you taking that old you, understanding how it operates, and rewriting the script, and living by that every single day. You're going to start seeing all the synchronicities, and most importantly, and inevitably, the serendipities that go along with that. When you understand how you tick. A lot of us, yes, we know how we tick, but what do? We criticize ourselves. No, meatball. Understand that it's a learning process that you can get past. You got to get past your old self to create the new self. You can't have an old person get into a new car and expect the car to stay new. It's going to get to an old one. It's going to transform into that. You can't keep going in the same thought patterns and expect your life to change. Because this is not a mental spanking. This is reality for you guys to understand. It's doable. It's all doable. You have the ability, the possibility, and the capability to create all this, but you have to believe in thyself. Most importantly, you have to know thyself. So this is why I always take self-awareness and take an inventory of these so-called flaws that you have. And if what you want is not happening, find out why. Find out what that constant state is to block it, or a past hurt, or an anchored feeling of lack that you forgot about. It's all this simple little due diligence. You know when you do this before you go to sleep, the few minutes before, or some hours for some people, the time before you go to sleep is a deep part of life where the subconscious mind is really starting to kick in. You ask better questions at that time of night, you're going to get better answers, guys. So happy Wednesday. I hope this helped, man. All the world's a stage, and all men and women are merely players indeed. Shakespeare, you said it perfectly. We are all players in our own play. We are our own actors, indeed. So what kind of act are you going to perform today, man? What are you going to push out, that kind of narrative, that person that you are? Because if you're not receiving what you truly desire, it's because most likely you think it's over there. It's got to be right here, right now, in your state of mind, and you're feeling every cell embodied with that feeling of having it. Practice that every day. Watch how life shows you the way to go, man. So guys, America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. The America's Mentor Facebook page is really jacked up, like 300%. Much love to you. I forgot I had this thing. I started posting the videos from here to there. So much love to Facebook for promoting that for me, guys. So happy Wednesday to you. Enjoy your day. We are all unique. Remember that. We are not cut from the same cloth. I mean, that'd be kind of boring, man. You know, billions of people all looking the same. We're beautiful, man. We're unique. We're special. Remember that. Say that to yourself 1,000 times a day. Watch what kind of things life shows you, man. Enjoy your friggin' Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.